All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic start to the AM here. Happy post FOMC Thursday. And wow, what an FOMC it was, right? We're seeing some pretty big moves here yesterday on some pretty impressive volume, right? Certainly seems like we're getting a nice trend continuation breakout here, and market continues to be in a little bit of squeeze mode, right? VIX now hanging out sub 12, so we're definitely seeing reasons to be optimistic or to think that we could have potential to the upside. We're looking at SPY and QQQ here very briefly. These are awesome technical 3 for 3s, right? So pretty good looking open here that we should have, and hopefully that means that we see some enthusiasm at market open here today and get ourselves a nice win to keep going on this week. But yeah, let's kind of get after it here a little bit and figure out what we want to do here today. Jobless claims, fine. Retail sales, fine. Business inventories at 10 might be something to worth keeping an eye on, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, good morning, Gary, Jason, Steven, Ruben, Vlad, Brian, and Rose. Hope you're having yourselves all a fantastic morning. And yeah, let's kind of get after it here and figure out what we want to do here today. So, we can call this a full body bullish. So 3 for 3 here to the upside. What are the types of setups we'd expect to see here? And then what's one thing that we maybe want to be a little bit aware of? A little bit of a spoiler there as we creep up towards these levels. So what are we close to? And then how would we map out our resistance after that? Yeah, all-time highs. I don't know if we necessarily need to go $1 along the way. Maybe it could be a little bit more ambitious, but that one, I think we have it 198.26, right? Would be that ATH. We're above that, or give or take above that here now. So I would say just look for a breakout around that 199 and then push higher than that, right? And then once you clear that 200, you can go 1% along the way. I think that would be pretty reasonable. But what a beast, right? Would we have any other setups here potentially on? Hey, Alfred. Hey, Marcus. Hey, Salstein. Craig. Good morning. Anything else that we'd possibly look at here on this Apple? Hey, GD, how you doing? Any other setups? Yeah, dip buy, right? Bounce off of yesterday's high, bounce off of that 196-ish, like you're saying, Steven. Spot on, right? So we could find support inside yesterday's range. That would have space up towards sort of ATH or then that 200 area as well. Hey, Igor, how you doing? One sec here, guys. All right, sorry about that. All right, so Tesla here definitely works. Looks like it could be worth looking at, right? 3 points of contact now on this trend line. and then a really aggressive volume bounce off of that as well. So that looks pretty textbook for us, right, as a breakout. Yeah, we'll take a look at them at the end. GD, if you could remind me when we're done through our list, we'll do them yeah, as our last couple tickers. So Tesla here, 241 now pre-market, hanging out there. How do we feel about the wicks above this price action? So if we're, say, looking at any selling pressure that we've seen from this Thursday the 16th, right, towards this sorry, to this Tuesday the 12th, how do we feel about this? Like, are we concerned about this volume profile, or have we done something to invalidate the selling pressure that we had in that red box? Right, so yesterday's volume here is greater than any of the bearish volume that we saw inside this period of consolidation, right? So we're kind of invalidating a lot of that short-term selling pressure, and we could definitely run up higher towards sort of that 250 range. So I think that this has been pretty coiled for a while, so we could definitely expect a explosive move if we can continue to get nice volume confirmation. So I'm not too worried about those wicks, right? Because we've seen something that's more powerful than anything we've seen there. So I wouldn't expect that to act as too much resistance here in the short term. Now, we'd want to see continuing volume, but I think this has a lot of space up towards sort of that 250 range. So we'll call it a breakout above 242. And then you have clean shelves, right? So first one would be 244, we'll call it. Then you go 245, 247, right? And then 253. You have space here. And the setup, right, or the daily setup here is a trend line bounce, right? 1 point of contact, 2 points of contact, 3 points of contact. And that's the most impressive volume point that we've seen here so far. We keep seeing bullish narratives established once that happens. And this is the most enthusiastic bullish narrative that we've seen, yeah, so far, right? We have a dip buy scenario here we'd be interested in. Yeah, but we'd probably want to see it off the trend line again, right? So we'd want to see it. I agree, but I don't think it's the most likely scenario here. So we'd like to see it maybe more in this area versus like 240-ish. Right, so our biggest concern here with Tesla is that it's been stuck and that it remains stuck. So a pullback here to 237, maybe not as interesting. We want to make sure that we're out of this range. Okay. Microsoft. We'll watch this. Right, high ball indecision is the worst decision, so I'll chill on this for today. Meta, no thank you. Okay, Amazon, 3 for 3 here, right? Second most bullish, increasing outlier volume, pushing that 150 range. So what are we looking for here? We've been waiting for this for a while. So what would we like to see occur on this breakout? Has really anything changed here? Like, would we be interested in a dip buy, for example, on Amazon because it's a 3 for 3, or are we looking for a different scenario here? Yeah, still looking for that breakout trade, right? We're still looking for it to be on the highest volume of the week. So we need to see enough there, right? If yesterday was increasing outlier volume and we still couldn't get above that 150, then it's hard for us to say that that's actually that increasing momentum or that sign of strength that we're looking for. So we need to see more than that, right? That would be ideal. Or to call it A plus, we need to see more than that. So not too much changing here, but this looks like it could be finally ready to go for us here today. Okay, AMD. What's the deal here? What do we call this? Yeah, remind me at the end there, Topher. We'll take a look at that. So once we after we do Google, let me know. Or remind me again. So what do we call this setup here? Proceeding, or it's call this what? Yeah, inside bar, right? So we're getting a period of consolidation. And what are we possibly calling this price action here recently? Say from this point onward. What does this kind of signify to us? That we have what? Yeah, so we've got a trend, right? If a bull flag breakout, we have a trend. So we're being told that we have a consolidation now at the, I don't know, after a trending bit of price action, right? So what does that tell us? We have an inside bar. We're looking for an inside bar breakout here to the upside, right? Not to the downside. We're looking for a trend continuation breakout here. And we want it to occur on anything that's greater volume than what we saw there yesterday. So for us to get that trend continuing move, right, we need to clear above that one. You ever take 140 shelf? I think I can push this down. And then if we do get that 140 pop, okay, right? It starts to give us a little bit of space here. Got this mapped out. There's 141. Maybe we want to fill that in. 144. But we've got a good indication here, potentially trending price action. So we're looking for a basic continuation of that narrative. Yeah. And then we want to see a increasing, bigger vol than yesterday breakout over 140. So one thing that might be a little bit interesting here today is that the biggest volume standard of the week is going to be at 2 p.m. or 2:30, right? Or the biggest standard of the day. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure how likely it is for us across the board to get bigger volume than what you see at FOMC. So it might be having to just see significantly greater than what we saw at open. But we'll look at that on a case-by-case basis here. We'll talk about it a little bit throughout the day. But that's going to be something that's a little bit unique here today compared to every other session that we normally look at. Okay, Nvidia, we do have technically a 3 for 3 here, but it's a weaker 3 for 3. Definitely has room higher. You need to get above 486. And you have $2 along the way, 489. Yeah, okay. So we'll call this a least bullish. So what's interesting about this 3 for 3? If we were to call, if we were expecting, we'll say, biggest volume of the week here yesterday on Nvidia, what's unique or what's maybe still acting as a little bit of a form of resistance here from not necessarily like technically, right? Like we've made higher highs above it, whatever. But if we're now seeing a little bit of a sign of weakness from bulls and we're seeing a little bit of a sign of strength maybe from bears behind us, could we think that that's maybe acting as like a little bit of a weight, right, dragging us down? So if we are possibly seeing like that weight, right, holding us back, we're seeing evidence, right, of maybe bulls being held back here a little bit. What would we want to overcome to invalidate that, say, pressure? You guys know what I mean? Does that make any sense? So I wouldn't even say we need to go that post earnings, but I would like to be bigger than anything we saw here this week, right? So if we're kind of getting a breakout from this pattern, it kind of feels like the maybe trend starting candle, right? And we're getting stuck at this Monday bar. Like I think this is the one that's giving me the anxiety. So if I can get bigger volume than what I saw there on Monday, or biggest vol of the week, then I feel like I maybe have a reason short term where I wouldn't expect much resistance until we get up towards that 500 shelf. That makes sense? So if I would have expected yesterday to be biggest volume of the week and it wasn't, let's get bigger than what we saw to overcome that standard. Then we're going 486, right, on biggest vol of the week. There goes 488, 489, 490. Right? And then we're going pretty aggressively up towards 496. Hey, Judson. And then 500. Now I'm going to go $2 along the way towards those shelves. Okay. Do I have a dip buy scenario here, or would I be interested in something else? Or why should I not be interested in a dip buy scenario here? Let's call it that way. Yeah, right. I think it's because we're seeing weak trending price action. We're calling it weak trending price action, right? That's what 3 for 3 tells us. Is that we're not, if it's weak, we don't maybe expect the support to hold here as aggressively. So would like to think that it wants to see a enthusiastic event. So you guys are all spot on here. Fantastic. Okay, Lily still needs to break out up and over. I'm gonna wait on this. Visa gave us a pop, but gave us a pop on decreasing volume. The one sort of outlier here that's significantly decreasing. So that's a sign of weakness that I'm not super stoked on. MasterCard, though, on the other hand, right, this looks awesome. So we want to go now above 428 here. Right, all-time highs. Economy's crazy. We're going to call this second most bullish plus increasing outlier vol. And then this scenario, we're going to look for a gap fill and go, right? So ideally like to see it dip by, find support off the gap, and then give us that breakout. Yeah. Makes sense though, right? If now they're trying to price in a rate cut and stuff like that. Gonna be the last chunks. Okay, so 428. And then ATH here. Like if we can get that soft landing thesis playing out, and they can still maintain these high interest rates without too much pain, right? For the consumer short term, they're just gonna make so much money. And then we're at all-time highs here, right, guys? So we're going $2 along the way, 0.5% up towards, say, 440. Okay. Exxon, no. Oracle, no. Merrick, good breakout here for sure. We need to get above that 107.24-ish. Div day today. I'm not gonna go. I mean, you could probably go dip by here, but I'd be more. My preference would be to still play the breakout if you get the volume. I'm not sure if we can get the volume here too aggressively. Okay, Netflix 3 for 3 here, pushing highs. Get a chance into that gap again, right? Beautiful. So I'd say you probably need to get a breakout into that spot, right? Call it 486-ish. Call it a gap fill breakout here. And then that fills us out. I mean, holy shit, 506. Big move. So I'll go $2 along the way towards 500. You can go $2 along the way to 506. Okay, there we go. Okay. Not really interested in a dip buy here. I just want to see that gap get filled. Or I'd like to see, maybe if we get a fill in first, a little baby fill, and then tomorrow, right, we could look for that gap and go. Okay, Airbnb. 2 for 3 here. 2 out of 3 without volume. So weaker compared to everything else. I'm just going to stick to the 3 for 3s here today. Spotify, high volume indecision. No thanks. Disney, still possibly flagging. Uber, no thanks. Coinbase, okay, 3 for 3 here. Possible little ascending wedge break. Oh, man, this thing is a psychopath. All this 152 breakout. Yeah, path towards 160. I'd call that full body. Where would we also expect to maybe find support here? If we're looking at an ascending wedge breakout, which area of that ascending wedge do we expect to now act as potential support if we get a pullback setup? So I would expect that the upper area of resistance on the ascending wedge, right? So about this line here can now act as a potential area of support, right? So I would expect a maybe bounce off of 149, 148, something along those lines, right? So we always want to see previous areas of resistance, right? This was the upper resistance. If we have trending price action to now act as support. So we get a pullback off of there, that'd actually be extremely bullish for us long term. I'm not sure, Marcus. I'll have to double check. Okay, win. Big gap up, has a chance to fill that. I'm going to stay away from this for today. I've got a lot of names here already, so I don't need to be too aggressive. Starbucks, no. Qualcomm, not enough volume, right? It's good volume, 3 for 3 technically, but not good compared to other names that we've seen. Royal Caribbean, okay, big vol, could give us that 122 breakout here. Man, it's been a tough slog for these cruise lines. Holy smokes. So 122 breakout here could be in play. Again, I'm not sure if it's worth the squeeze. Do have it pretty much mapped out. Okay. Okay, MU, not enough volume, pretty close to earnings. I'll wait. Google, no thanks. I'll wait on this too. All right, you got. I know a few of you had some requests on names to look at, so fire them away here. Let me know. Yeah, I don't see a firm. Upstart is there, but it's only on the Thinkers or the Think Markets platform, not available on MT5 or the Web Trader. But this list, right, will have all the names for you. I don't really have answers outside of this list, Marcus, unfortunately. All right, so what was the first one here? EV. Yeah, very similar to actually Netflix, right? Kind of looks like it has a big gap fill set up here. So a 155 breakout, maybe 156. You can get consistently bigger volume. You don't have too much upper resistance up until that sort of 158, 160 area. So it looks good. A Alternatively, you want to see a little pop and then hold of that 155 too. Looks solid. Okay, iShares, right? Another 3 for 3 here. Not sure if I see as clear of an area to find support. You almost wanted maybe to see it break out over 2207, give or take $22, and then maybe there's a little bit of space higher, or you'd like to see that gap get to filled and then bounce and go. And IWM again, right? Nice 3 for 3 here, high volume breakout, big move there, big gap up as well. How well do these connect? Maybe you're at that kind of resistance here a little bit. That feels maybe like a spot you'd want to get up and over. So I'd say like that 199, 200 shelf, see if that can turn into support. If it can, then IWM looks pretty interesting for a bit of a pop long term. But for a Bollinger Band reversal, man, you're gonna be hard pressed to get bigger volume than what you saw at yesterday's close. So, or at yesterday throughout the day anyway, right? So if you're gonna be saying that you have a, like, you want to do a Bollinger Band reversal after weak bulls, right? This doesn't look like weak bulls here. This is telling you strength. So you have a 3 for 3 here to the upside. 3 for 3s, you don't look for reversal trades. You look for continuation narratives because you're being told you have the trending price action. So I would double check or reference the strategy cheat sheet or the strategy documents. Just double check that knowledge, because we're looking for BB reversals when we're basically getting overreaction gap up after a weak market or into a weak market. So that's really what we're looking for, right? Is a big gap up in a bear market or a big gap down in a bull market, right? And if we can get basically reversals that are trend continuation, those are the easiest for us to take advantage of, because we follow the path of least resistance. Here, it's really hard to justify that you're saying, oh, I'm going to get bigger or stronger sellers than the buyers that you saw there last couple of days. And every time you see that kind of volume, doesn't really seem like that bear narrative is particularly successful short term. So I'd be a little bit cautious, not falling in love with that here, and just double checking your pre-market conditions. Okay, so today's watch list. So we got the indexes plus indexes. We're just going to watch more than trade, but we got indexes: Apple, Tesla, Amazon, AMD, MasterCard, Merrick, Coin, and Royal Caribbean. Any questions about this morning's prep, guys? Anything you want to go over? Any names you're still looking at here? Want some feedback on? All right, so if no questions, I'm gonna go make myself a quick cup of coffee, spend a minute or two here sort of visualizing a successful trading day, and then we'll do a quick little rundown before the session starts. All right, so let's see how the session kind of treats us here this morning. But really looking to see if leaders can lead here, if we can see that enthusiasm keep pushing higher, and if we can just see strong momentum show up in the securities that we want to trade. So looking forward to it. I think it has an opportunity to be a little bit of a pop in morning. So hopefully we can identify strong trending PA, find those sort of A+ setups, and then hopefully find ourselves a winning trade here. But not going to force anything, right? Like always, not going to rush into something here, right? Going to wait for everything to satisfy my criteria perfectly, and then I'll be willing to trade, right? Been 2 trades here so far this week. It's been 2 wins. So I don't have a reason to force anything. I don't have a reason to rush into something. I just have a reason to be patient and to follow my system. So the better I can do that, the easier things will go. I'm just going to look for that perfect setup that we can all take advantage of, right? So A+ or bust here, unwilling to compromise on any plays. We're going to look to see if we can identify those leaders here early on. So like I said, guys, A+ or bust, no compromises. Let's have ourselves a very, very strong session. Okay, AMD is going to be potentially in play here. Tesla, good start. You see heavy volume though. Start to map this out a little bit, right? Come back to this. Obviously not ready yet, but initially profit target would be 244. Okay, Apple, good volume pace, should get above previous day's close. Impressive. Tesla, maybe more work to do on the volume standard. Nvidia should be on the watch list here this morning as well. Good volume. Needs a bit more. Okay, AMD's not far behind here. Yeah, we did. You're right. Hey, Jay, how's it going? Not nearly enough volume. The D is hiding it, but not much there. That's what she said. Tesla hit 244, so that now pushes next target towards 245. We need a pretty dramatic pullback for that to be in play. Amazon popping out here as well. You start excellent volume on Amazon. This might be my favorite. The Amazon spread 8 cents, 9 cents, not terrible. $1.20 to go here, so we'll be absolutely watching this. At this point, watching Apple for a 200 break. Okay, still looking good here. Hey, Nate, how's it going? Ooh. Come on, Amazon, get your shit together. What's going on? The end there, not a very nice looking close all of a sudden. Apple don't play. You get towards 200. Our target here. Stop loss has to be low of day. 198. Okay, so I am watching Apple here. Okay, so position sizing wise here, right? What could you do? You're risking how much, right? 50 cents, give or take, to make about $1.50. So awesome, right? So does that mean you go full size, half size? What does that mean? Yeah, you go full size, absolutely. TSLA mapping out as well. It's good volume, all things considered. Priced by Amazon. Maybe too big of a gap. Fix still 12. Really scary. Ooh, Coinbase. 41-cent spread though. I'll pass. $0.30 spread, 23-cent spread. It's too bouncy. Far too bouncy. If it was consistently 20, then you can plan for that, but that's too much. We could find support. Yeah, gap fill, a little reversal candle here. It's a little fake out maybe. Could be a little bit interesting, but I don't like to see the failed pattern breakout and then reverse. Would have wanted to have seen pullback first and then find support. Fake out higher, a little bit annoying. Probably see it better here, yeah. Feels super bullish yet. I think there's easier bull cases than Amazon, at least so far. AMD might give us this look. What a lunatic. Let's just go back to this, right? Look at the resistance. Been stuck in this range for how long here now, right? 20% range for 2 years. Yeah, small caps are back. Okay, I mean, 10 min still in play here on Apple, right? Well, inside bar looks fine. And right, map out your entry. Stop loss would be just under, for me, just under 198. Okay, AMD might be worth watching on the 15. Not ready yet. Come on. So looking at 198.40-ish. Watching AMD on the 15. But short term, still watching Apple here. This is probably more my priority. So max position sizing here is 5,000, right? So the total amount you can buy. I think the max per order is 1,000 per order. You got very good entry, Jay, that's for sure. Hopefully you get a little bit of quick follow through here. I'm not sure if this is quite ready, to be honest. I don't know if we have any bullish confirmation yet. Yeah, we're getting good index support, absolutely. Which is what makes Amazon maybe a little bit surprising. It's kind of behaving a bit like an outlier. Okay, Tesla making highs through 245. Oh, could be back in business here. Now I'll be targeting a move towards 247. And hopefully, this 5-minute candle can be increasing volume and we can use that as our stop loss location. And then one thing else that we need to see here on this Tesla for us to be happy to call this confirmation on the 5-min on a breakout through 245, right? So we've had that 244, add that 242. Now we're looking at 245 breakout. What do we want to see? Right, we want to see a break, close, and hold above. All right, so we need to see this 5-min candle hold this 245 on increasing outlier volume. So far, so good. And then, yeah, next target would be 247. AMD the beast. Biggest volume of the day this is about to be here. Pretty impressive. Is it enough yet for us to say bigger vol than yesterday? So are we saying that this is enough for confirmation on the 5-min, or do we need to do a different time frame? Okay, so Tesla gave us confirmation. Break, close, and hold above. Right, close 245.11. You can see a pullback towards 244.50. Give you about an 80-cent stop loss, right? So you go full size here. A higher high yet? I don't think so, right? So absolutely watching Tesla here. $0.11 spread, not bad at all. A volume limit here is 1,000, right? So I'm going to buy 500 shares first, and then second entry will be 500 shares. How does I draw out these fibs? So far out. Yeah, we're creeping towards it, right? Watching close. 25 cents. Close, but no cigar. Okay, probably going to make a higher high here in a second, so no chance. AMD, right, didn't give us bigger volume than what we saw there yesterday. Right, so if we're not getting bigger volume than what we saw there yesterday at open, it's hard for us to say that we are getting more enthusiasm than what we saw in that inside bar, right? So if we're not getting more volume than what we saw in an inside bar, which led to consolidation, hard to trust that we're going to get continuation higher. Now, this was close, right? How many cents is that? 20 cents, maybe 10 cents away from an entry. So not one there yet. We're going to wait on this thing now. Did not get a entry confirmation. I mean, Apple is still in play, but it's got some work to do. Oh, look at that. We did a good job avoiding coin. Beautiful. Amazon bouncing nicely here for you, Jay. Hopefully you get some bit more here. Finally might get that bullish control. A low vol pullback here. Lock myself into that. I'm 950. Inside bar. I still think this Apple now might be the best. I now think. Okay, so back to watching Apple. We had what, 240, 450 as our target on Tesla. Did hit. Still watching Apple, though. I still think this is the best bet for me. We got 10 a.m. data too, right? So a little bit something to be aware of. Okay, 25 cents away here. Apple got within 10 cents. That's mean. Okay, so what do we want to see here, right? Another high vol breakout if we can get one on Tesla. Otherwise, Apple's now 199.30, so it feels less likely to pull in. Amazon still hanging out 149, no separation yet. These are moving, but they're not moving. Bad explanation. Okay, Amazon, or sorry, Tesla hitting 246 here. High vol breakout through, can maybe reset. Yeah, Microsoft as well. Okay, so maybe I can get a reset here towards 247 on Tesla. Like that. You still need to see a pullback, 245-ish. And Tesla is back in play here. We need 245. Not making higher highs. There goes Tesla. Not increasing there. Pretty good. Yeah, nice pop. 3 for 3 continuation. Beautiful. Nice. And Tesla's or it's the mover. Again, increasing volume here. Touch 247. So now next one's 249. Get this on the 30, I'd be a bit more willing to be Calling it that. Yeah, just keep showing us increasing volume though, right? And it was coiled for so long. Yeah, I think Apple's still in play here. Haven't really made a higher high since that opening 5-minute candle, so I would say it's still in play. Yeah, I would need to play Tesla on a longer time frame if I'm gonna trust it, to be honest. But boy, oh boy, does this still feel like it could be a great entry. Yeah, give me a sec. Where would your stop loss be here? Oh, I know on Apple, I know. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're getting the risk reward there. From like I don't know what exact your entry is. But yeah, a little inside bar holding VWAP makes sense. I know, and the entry VLAD that we had on Tesla was like what 245.50 or something like that. That would have been a great entry. We could torture ourselves with these what ifs. You gotta kind of laugh at yourself with them. What's your target? So stop loss. Map this out here. Visually looks like you're getting it. 84 might be a pretty aggressive profit target, to be honest with you. Might be a little bit too aggressive. 83 is probably a little bit more realistic. Sorry, maybe went a little bit lower than that. So optimistic. Okay, I'm still gonna watch this Tesla here. 45.30-ish. We need to see. I'm actually going to wait a little bit closer. 245.20 will be my entry target. Again, right, just so I can be about $1 a share. I'll have a half a chunk sitting there. Okay, about 30 cents away. Okay, 20 cents. I'm waiting. Okay, there we go, guys. I am in. Average price, 245.20. Got 500 shares in so far. I might not get a chance to fill in here. So far, so good, though, right? So far, so good. Awesome price, Brian. Awesome price. Now I have a pretty small chunk here, right? So I'm going to be more aggressive in my R's. First scale out will be 246.20. I wish I got full price. Great entry, Igor. Great entry. Okay, so pretty close here, right, to first profit target. I'm going to close about a quarter of my position there in about 10 cents. 10 cents away, 10 cents away. Cross. Go, 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 go. There we go, guys. All right, took a little bit off there at 246.20. Let's go. See if we can keep getting a little bit of further follow through here, but fantastic trade so far. All right, beautiful, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's see if this thing can keep giving us a little bit of further follow through. But I'm not going to let this trade go red on me here. Just going to keep locking in a nice win, right? Going to keep locking in a nice win. So next pop here will be a move through high a day. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Nice week this is turning into, right? Nice week. Excellent patience, everybody. Excellent patience waiting for this breakout trade. Well done. You felt nice about this trade too. We spent no time in the red, right? It was pretty much green right away. That's perfect. Okay, so we can get a bit more pop here. Not liking this little pullback a little bit. I want to see more initially. Apple's showing good enthusiasm, right? SPX, fine. QQQ, fine. We want to see oomph from Tesla here. And guys, this is a good example here of us treating this 247 area as a zone, not a specific price, right? We saw a good reaction around that zone, good momentum. So I think that's a clear example of price doesn't always behave to the penny, right? It behaves like a zone. And a good example of that here today. Next target, guys, may pop just above 247, at which point I'll have half of my original position left. If we can get there. Looking so positive for a sec. All right, it's about 40 cents here, right? 40 cents to profit target. Like I said, high a day pop. That's going to be my next scale out. So we're getting close here, right? 20 cents or so. Hey, watch. 5 cents, 5 cents. Okay, there we go, guys. Took a little bit more off there. 247.26. Look more off there at 247.26. Let's go. So excellent trade here, everybody. Hope you're all in this, taking advantage of a nice little rip. I got half of my original position left, and my stop loss is now above my entry price. So stop loss here, we'll call it 245.50. Best job in the world, guys. Best job in the world. Let's go. Thanks, VLAD. Appreciate that. Boom, right? Almost a 3-hour win here for us. I'll never complain about that, guys, right? And how did we get to such a nice win? Well, we have a consistent, repeatable process, and we do the same thing every single time, right? No confusion. Yeah, so next target here would be 249. So we had a breakout through 247. We've scaled out at 1R and 2R here pretty much to the dot actually today. And yeah, now see if we can get that 249 touch next. But I'm at risk free at this point. Stop loss 245.50. Scaled out half of my positions. Be a nice win. Hey guys, any questions about this Tesla trade? I would understood the thesis. I would understood the entry price, stop loss. Yeah, correct. We played this on the 10-min time frame. This was our confirmation candle, that 950 on increasing volume. Oh, third bar of the day. Increasing volume. Then we had that low vol pullback, right? Low was bullish volume, inside bar. Close as a weak candle. We got a great entry. But yeah, play on the 10-min, correct. Funny, man, but what a difference a week makes, right? This time last week, we had two really nice wins, right? Going into Thursday, and then had AMD. What's the difference this week? Well, took a day off, right? Recharge, refocus on your rules. Instead of having then that AMD. No, I never got a chance to get a fill on that second order, Craig. I didn't get a chance to set it up. I wanted it to get around like 245.10-ish. Well, yeah. It just shows the how delicate the edge is, right? The edge of being profitable and being successful. And today, same type of conditions, low vol grind up, right? Kind of boring price action. Well, that's just a choice in technique, right? So I've been liking buying in chunks. It's been getting me a way to gamify losing less. So it works for me. But yeah, I mean, in that situation, if I bought my full position size at once, I would have made money or would have made more on this trade for sure. But I just try to be consistent with what I'm doing on my entry technique. So right now, I don't really care that I didn't get full size. It's still a great day, right? So I'm trying to be consistent in my process. My process was there for a reason. I don't want to do one technique, one trade, and one another. Most of the time, I have to be splitting on my orders to get my full size. So I just do that regardless. And that's one of those things you have to make a selfish decision, right? You have an account size that like you don't need to go, or you don't need to be splitting up your orders, then don't split them up unnecessarily, right? If you're happy with your entry, happy with your stop loss, do whatever. But I am trying to repeat the same technique over and over, trade after trade, process after process. Because if I start thinking, okay, this trade I'm doing one full chunk, next trade I'm doing half chunks, whatever, I'm just going to confuse myself. And when I confuse myself, then I end up missing trades or missing executions or doing whatever. That kind of sucks. in pretty good shape here, right? Like to see a bit more of, maybe a bit more market cooperation at this point. A nice little win. I mean, if it's still running and giving me room, yeah, why not? You could run it forever. You know, the idea here is at this point you have a lottery ticket. So, you know, I'm risk-free. I'm going to have a nice day regardless of where this closes. So it's how nice do I want it to be, pretty much. Now, this might be time to get out of this pretty soon. Maximize what I'm making, but at this point, right, once you're risk-free, the idea is that you can be holding, right? For you could swing this position now if you wanted to for a month. Right, so you have a ton of flexibility in what you can actually do, but it just doesn't need to be, the idea again is to be consistent, right? And then if you're consistent, you can track your technique versus what the market actually did, and then you can compare, right? Was I closer to the best case scale out, worst case scale out, or somewhere in the middle? And over a sample size of 10 or 15 trades, you'll notice what you need to change in your technique to then start maximizing more and more. So that's why I preach the consistency, because the consistency in your technique allows you to notice the patterns in your trading a lot easier. And then fundamentally, right, it's much easier to then fix those flaws. Oh, glad to hear that, Brian. Glad to hear that. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, man. We're gonna keep chugging along. We're gonna keep tucking away. We'll be all right. I'm glad to hit the spot. Feels great. The best feeling in the world when a plan comes together and you spend like no time in the red. Those are the most rewarding trades. So we've been using this, we'll call it quote unquote new system of finding more tickers for about a month now. I'll call it 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. Do you guys have any feedback on it? You think it's going well? We've ended up trading one of the OG names here today, but positive feedback on that, yeah? And you guys, like, I mean, I'm pretty confident we haven't degraded the quality, right? So, you guys agree? Like, it's still the same DTR, right? Not too many aggressive changes. It's fine. It does feel like we're getting consistently at least that 3 or 4 looks, right? Which is really nice. All right. So yeah, not too many aggressive changes that I'm gonna do over Christmas with it, but there's always, you know, a week away from the markets. You never know what happens. Yeah, there's probably a balance there, to be honest. All right, good, Brad. Good. Yeah, my voice, I've lost my voice this week, so apologies. Okay, yeah, a couple of things to talk about here. Christmas schedule, obviously that was posted in the Discord there last week. So yeah, that's not going to be changing here too much. I'm going to continue to be looking for not gonna be looking for them. I don't talk about, but generally gets pretty quiet during market holidays. I wouldn't expect to be looking for too much. Obviously, sometimes you get like that year of end trade, or year end trade, I should say, and that can be a little bit busy, whatever, but not action I tend to get involved with. Today I have a travel day. I'm traveling out west, so I'm probably gonna get in pretty late, depending on what time I get in. There might not be a stream tomorrow because I get in at like 2 o'clock in the morning and I now have to wake up at 6. I'm just gonna be a grumpy POS, and so that won't happen. There is no stream Monday, Tuesday. I'll be at the Monday Night Football game, and then again, flight out early morning on Tuesday. From there, it's going to be the normal schedule up until Friday. So if you guys want to do your pre-market, or sorry, do want to book any one-on-one calls, please take advantage of those slots Wednesday, Thursday, because open up some on Friday if there's a lot of demand. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to take advantage of that. And then from there, it's going to be a little bit of time off over Christmas. And I hope you guys take advantage of those opportunities too. Thanks, Ryan. It's I have a buddy who's a Seahawks fan. Family's got season tickets and stuff. So we try to go to every Eagles Seahawks game together. It's a good time. Look at Tesla though. What a beast. Are you a Seahawks fan? Might be the Bird Fraud Bowl. Yeah, there's another reason to take the day off, Brad. Right on. It's a good reminder. Quad witching is a expiration nightmare. Oh no, I'm about to get slandered here. But it's about time for the Cowboys to beat up on bad teams, build up their unreasonable playoff hopes, and then lose in the first round. Yeah, I think a little good break for everyone's a good thing too, right? Like it's been, honestly, all things considered, guys, I think it's been a pretty strong year. Pretty happy with the performance all in. Yeah, still in Tesla here. Up 2R, let's go. One thing that I do want to maybe play around with, but well, I mean, hard to compare to the pandemic market. So performance-wise, yeah, I'm less than what I was then, but that makes sense, right? Like the market gave us 50% dips, no problem, in 6 months. So I was never gonna have the same performance like I had in the pandemic, right? Like my average win this year is smaller than my average win then. Trying to see maybe a little bit of I don't like how Apple and Microsoft are telling us different stories. Obviously, Apple at this point, right? I am not interested in it. Right, so if it pulls back towards that 198.50 area, like there's no trade for me here. There's any questions here? Any questions? Anything you guys want to go over? And some tech is weak, but I think ARC's crushing it, isn't it? So I don't know if this is tech is weak, to be honest. I think we have just a little bit of a mixed bag here. Again, we got, well, a bit ranty and ravey here from myself, but like the bear market that we got last year, we would get a lot of like sneaky rotations, right? It would be like rotating out of Apple into Nvidia, and then from Nvidia into Microsoft, and then from Microsoft into Meta. And like, you would get these like sector rotations. I wonder if we get that kind of same price action. Yeah, small caps have been, this has been a small cap week. Everyone on Twitter that I see trading small caps has been crushing it. Really strong. I mean a wick, right? I mean a wick. So if this 5-min was our confirmation candle, when this candle made that wick, I still hadn't made a higher high through it. We hadn't invalidated the setup yet. We hadn't created new resistance yet. But it can just get stuck, and that's kind of seems like what it's done. Good question. No, my pleasure. Not really. I just keep it at my stop loss, my original entry price. I'll just keep scaling out as it pops and makes higher highs. That'll be my way of protecting my profits. I don't really like closing trades on the way down. It always feels shitty. This has been a pretty nice day, so you know, I will probably close, yeah, 245.50. Attempting to close everything here at net 2R. That's not too bad. It almost looks like it's bull flagging a little bit now, though, right? Nice work, Jason. Nice work, Judson. What was your exit price? Like if I could take a chunk off here, 248. Yeah, beautiful. Right? Give me another little chunk here. There we go. 248.20. There's 3R. Yep. Okay, there we go. Close some more off. 248.35. I have a pretty small chunk here left. And boom, let's go. All right, I'll close off another 100 shares. I'll have 150 shares that I can leave as a payday set, right? If I can get that little pop here over 249. At 249.20 is what I want. All right, there we go. Took a little bit more off, 249.20. And now I've got 100 shares left, or 150 shares left. And let's see how much joy this thing can give me. But what a trade, guys, right? What a trade. Let's go. All right, I'll take a $5 a share win. Let's go, Alfred. Let's go, dude. Congratulations. Give him a big clap, guys. That's awesome. Let's fucking go, dude. That is awesome. How long did that take you? How many days? Feels like it was only like 5 or 6, right? Hey, my pleasure, man. We'll have to have a conversation. You have to chat soon because that's incredible work, dude. Yeah, not bad at all, right? Not bad at all. Congratulations, Alfred. 6 days to pass to make 25K. You got to think about that for a sec, right? That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You crushed Netflix the other day, man. That's incredible. But literally shows the power, guys, right? You focus on that risk management, you scale out on the way up. Doesn't take very long to make crazy money. Yeah, man, honestly, congratulations. That is such fantastic work. And thank you for sharing that with the team. I think that probably inspired a lot of people too. Good man. Well, what I'd recommend here now, Alfred, is take the long weekend, right? Get yourself set up, do all your KYC stuff, and same thing, right? Get yourself back into the flow, come back relaxed, come back ready to keep crushing it. That's very, very incredible trading, dude. You should be very, very proud of yourself. What progress in 45 days or however long it's been. Awesome. God, guys, this is the best job in the world. So who knows? Let's go, Brian. Let's go. Incredible. So who knows what time it is now? Yeah, exactly. Celebratory breakfast. Let's go. Oh, I love this job. So, look, all things considered, guys, right? We've got 1 loss in 2 weeks. Just keep stacking up our wins here, guys. We'll just keep stacking them up, right? I'm I'm unfortunately a little bit addicted to Uber Eats. So I order for pickup or delivery a little bit too often. Nice work, Ruben. Well done, sir. 49.50 is an awesome fill. Book a call, Brian. Book a call and we could go over it. But once you hit your account balance, send me a screenshot of your account balance. Once you're up 2%, then you start your evaluation, or 3%. Just depends on what your number is. Yeah, Alfred, you should absolutely be celebrating, man. Enjoy it. Well deserved, dude. Well deserved. But if you guys ever have questions about procedural stuff, go into the how to access all services tab. And then it should be a... Oh, I'll put them at... Oh, start evaluation. Yeah, you'll get an email on like 30 days after you join. Oh, let's go, Topher. Let's go. Yeah, book a call, guys. Book a call. But really, the point here is with the... I'm not trying to gatekeep the evaluations, right? All I want is because the account at which you trade on is kind of a pain in the ass, to be very honest. So I just want you guys to get used to how that all works before you start doing your evaluation. So once you're comfortable and confident that you have your flow down, that you've got your timing down in the room and stuff, then yeah, set up a call so we can get you started. Because I want you guys making money and passing too, right? Way more fun if everyone here is making 25K a month, or like that's way more fun if it's everyone instead of just like myself, Alfred, maybe a few other people, right? Rusty. I don't want to name drop too aggressive, but I want you guys all crushing it, right? So once you guys are confident, then I gamify that a little bit, put a little bit of pressure, and then get started. There's no point trading on sim forever. That's fantastic to hear, Alfred. And that's exactly why I started the service, right? There's a way to formalize your trading and systemize it so that you don't feel those kind of pressures. So I appreciate you taking on the coaching so well, because that makes my job super easy too. And man, this is the start, right? This is only the beginning. So that's what's super exciting, right? That's what's really fun about this. So keep working hard, man. Only big things ahead. But yeah, man, that's freaking awesome. Appreciate you guys all being so much fun to work with, right? It makes this job a lot more enjoyable for me too. So let's start getting these results for everyone as well, right? But keep kicking ass. We'll keep focusing on the variables we can't control. Tune out all the noise, right? And we just trade like we know how to trade. And when we do that, we do very well. When we do everything else, we get crushed. So all things considered, guys, awesome day. I'm going to close my last chunk here at net 2R. Let's go. What a day. But big selling pressure there. Hit 150, fake out. I'll close it. Oh, what a win, guys. What a win. $4.50 a share-ish, right? At our biggest scale out on about 70 cents worth of risk. I will take that all day long. Congratulations, everybody. So I'll go final call for questions here. Final call for questions. And then full disclosure, guys, to be determined about the stream tomorrow. This really depends on what time I get in, how tired I am. So apologies for that, but quad witching, all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll just turn the stream on, ask or answer a few questions, but not really do any prep or stuff like that. I'll let you guys know in the morning. Sounds good, Jason. Yeah, sounds good. Have yourselves a great day, Judson. Yeah, Alfred, thanks for sharing that with us, man. That was honestly awesome. All right, guys, so final call here. Final call for questions. Sounds good, everyone. We'll help you all have yourselves a fantastic rest of the day. And yeah, well, I'll let you guys know tomorrow what the plan is, but really just depends on how this flight goes and how the time at my lounge goes. But yeah, talk to you guys all in a little bit. Same deal like always. If you have any questions, hit me up outside of market hours, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, Discord will be the best way to reach me, or email today. So or over the next couple of days. I won't be bringing my other phone with me. So if you have any questions, hit me up there, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Peace, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.